welcome to O2 Inside Line Live. Welcome to Franklin's Gardens in Northampton as the Red Roses prepare to take on Italy. I'm Eleanor Roper and I'm joined by Harlequins and England star Rachel Burford. So good to see you.
Thank you, I'm really pleased to be here. Sun is shining, can't wait to watch the team.
I know, it's getting pretty loud in here as well.
It really is, starting to fill out.
We can see the teams warming up behind us. We're just going to rewind a little bit to last week. England-Scotland, what did you make of that performance?
I thought it was a really impressive performance. I think we found out some new layers to England, or the layers that we knew that they were capable of doing. So it's a really exciting game to watch, and yeah, we saw a wide, expansive game, but we also saw that power play from them as well. So yeah, excited to see them kick on today as well.
A huge moment as well for Sarah Hunter, her last time in an England shirt. She's not far away, we've seen her commentating for the BBC, but that was a real moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see her too far away from the game. She's an integral part for the future. But yeah, it was so wonderful for her to have her send-off in her hometown and to play as well as she did as well. I think that would have been her first and foremost thing that she wanted to get right, and then for her to have the send-off that she deserved. You know, not every player gets that fairy tale ending, but she did, and she deserved it.
A new challenge for England today. Italy, we can see them warming up behind us. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, look, Italy are a really talented side. They always have been. They were one of the most exciting teams at the Rugby World Cup, and last weekend they put a good performance against France, but they're always a team that really unpredictable. So you've got to keep your wits about you. You might plan for A, they'll probably do B and C. So hopefully we're going to see two really wide, expansive, highly entertaining games from both teams.
Lots for us to get through before kick-off, but we're going to bring in our first guest now. Poppy Cleal is here.
Here she
Hi,
comes.
Poppy.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, good, thank you.
I mean, we're sorry not to see you on the pitch today, but great to have you with us. How are you? How's your rehab going?
Yeah, it's going really well. Obviously got injured last weekend, but went and had a scan and got the results back, and it's sort of good news-ish, so yeah, it shouldn't be too long.
And how you've been in camp this week? How's the mood? How are things going? We see that they've been having a good time though.
Yeah, no, the mood's great in camp. You know, you should probably touch on, we had a few new people in this week, and sometimes it's really good to get new faces in. Sort of the atmosphere has just been really welcoming, and yeah, it's just been a good week of training.
I think we're going to see some pictures from the gym this week of everyone's dance moves. It looks like a good time.
Is this normal? Is this what happens every gym session?
Do you know what? This is normal, but sometimes we have a tough session on the pitch, have to come in and still gym. So Marley comes in, gets there on the speaker first, gets a great tune on, gets everyone dancing, and it sort of just gets you up for the session.
And what's your dance move?
I haven't got any quite like that. I can normally sense the cameras around and stop dancing, so try not to get on the camera dancing.
Wise.
We touched on it earlier, but a real moment last week was Sarah Hunter's last time in an England shirt. What kind of a send-off did you give her after the game?
Yeah, so we went back to the hotel and all her family and friends came, and you know, we got to sit downstairs where we have our food and just all sit down together and chat and just share the sort of good memories and the great times. Like, you know, you heard of Santa all week, how phenomenal that day was for her. That standing ovation, you know, the fact that they picked it wisely and made sure that she was running off from the furthest point away, so that she had the whole crowd for, you know, that whole minute just clapping her, and it's a, you know, it's a nod to the great career she's got. It was just absolutely phenomenal, and you couldn't have wished for a better day for her.
Marley leading the side today. I mean, a real kind of change, I guess, with her now the captain of this Red Roses side. You mentioned she'll get everyone in the gym and put the music on, but what's she like as a captain?
Yeah, she's a phenomenal leader, and I think it's sort of a new era for the Red Roses, and she's a perfect player to start that off and create her own sort of leadership style and her own legacy. You know, you've seen Sandra and the way she's led this team for 16 odd years now, and now you've got Marley going into that role, and she won't be anything, you know, what she's not been for the last couple of years, and that's absolutely ferocious. She'll stand up, she'll lead the fight, and we'll get behind her, and you know, today's her first day doing it on her own, and she's going to do a great job.
I mean, you mentioned a new era for the Red Roses. We're going to see some debutantes today, Delaney being one of them. I mean, what's it like preparing to put on an England shirt for the first time? Yeah,
it's an emotional day. You get your friends and your family here, and it's something that you've dreamed of since you were younger. So to finally do it and get the opportunity here in a home game in the Six Nations, I'm sure the Six Nations to her is a massive tournament, like to all of us it is. And you know, this week she's been in camp the last couple of weeks, and I think what's great with the new players coming through is they know what they're good at, and they just do that time and time again. They don't try and sort of impress too much. They just do what they're good at, get their head down, and she's a great carrier. She's a great asset to that line out, and I'm sure today you'll see her getting us on the front foot and winning a lot of line out ball.
And it's a big week, isn't it? Your first cap, you have your rose ceremony. Do you want to chat us through that? You've been in some, you've had your own as well. Like, what's that like for the players?
Yeah, you know, we all sit down the night before the game, get all our shirts presented to us, and there's a little story, and we all read out the person's journey that's got they've had to get there. So, you know, injuries, sort of setbacks, comebacks, you know, it's got it all, and every Red Rose's journey is different. And, you know, we'll recap that, like a nod to whatever club she's come from and where she's grown up in. We'll relive all those moments with her and then give her her red rose and her shirt. And, you know, every player in that squad and in that room, all the staff, just so proud of that person to get there, because it is a journey. It does take hard work, tenacity. You know, you've got to be playing week in, week out in the Premier 15s, which is hard enough. So, you know, to get there, get through all the training camp, put your hand up for selection, get picked, you know, it's just a great occasion for her, and I'm sure all her family and friends are here super proud.
It's going to be a bit strange for you watching. I think someone said you've not missed a Six Nations game for 7 years?
Yeah,
is
no,
that right?
yeah, no, that is right. It's a bit crazy. Yeah, it's sort of mixed emotions. I'm probably, you would say, bitter right now, stood here watching. No, it's an amazing occasion here at Northampton Saints. We played here before. The atmosphere is sort of off the charts. You can just tell now how loud it is. Sort of the buzz around there, just out in the supporters zone, and that's just incredible. So super jealous of the girls, but you know, the team out there, the squad out there is absolutely phenomenal. They're doing a great job. Like Delaney's going to, you know, stand up in that shirt and just do the Red Roses proud.
I hope you can find a way to enjoy the game from the stands.
Yeah. How many times have you been called Bryony already?
Yeah, a lot. But I was here for an hour and no one even called me Poppy. They kept going, hey Bryony, hey Bryony.
Thank you, Poppy.
Do you turn around and say hello back, or you just like ignore them?
Sometimes I just got to go with it, but other times I have to admit and go, it's Poppy, by the way. But
wrong sister. Enjoy the game. Thank you very much. We're going to bring in our next guest now, if we can sub you out.
Thank you.
Hi Jill.
Coming in.
We're going to welcome Jill Burns. Lovely to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
So exciting to have you here. I mean, what do you make of what you're seeing here today at Northampton Saints?
What an atmosphere. Yeah, you get the same buzz, I think, when you come into a stadium when you're playing, that even when you come in to watch, you still get those butterflies, and it just feels great coming into a stadium where everybody's waiting to see a very good game of rugby. So yeah, exciting times.
Jill, I want us to talk a little bit about the vintage roses, the former Red Roses, all the collective work that you're doing behind the scenes to make sure that every rose is remembered and we're still doing stuff together. And you got pretty special time with a big group at Twickenham on the 29th for that record crowd at Twickenham. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I just think, you know, we want to value everybody who's worn the red rose, everybody who's, you know, given sacrifices to play for the country. And everybody needs to be part of that team again. And I think bringing people back in, there's certainly a few of us who sort of, you know, we can't get rid of us, we hang around, we're at every event. But there's some girls who perhaps have a few caps and perhaps haven't been involved in rugby ever since. Well, I just felt passionate about getting those girls back involved. They're part of that big group. Vintage Red Roses are going to have a couple of special events to go to around that game on the 29th, and the more people you get back into the fold, the bigger it grows. You get more volunteers, people want to get involved, and my goodness, what a game it has developed into. It's just such a fantastic spectacle now, so let's get as many people as we can involved and part of the bigger picture.
And I tell you what, the WhatsApp group doesn't stop pinging off. There's so many former Red Roses on there. Chat, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's such a remarkable thing to do to make sure we all stay connected.
But it's privileged to be able to do it and to be able to bring people together. So yeah, just put it on mute if you're busy.
Put it on mute. I mean, I feel conscious that as women we don't want to keep going on about the growth of the game, but I mean, when you look back to last week and Sarah Hunter getting her kind of final moment in front of that sold-out crowd in Newcastle, what was it like for you to see that?
It's really emotional. I mean, I've always been an emotional person. I've always been an emotional player. I cry mostly when I'm standing and I'm holding a microphone. But it's because it comes from the heart. And with Sarah Hunter, you've got somebody there who is going to be a lifelong England ambassador. And, you know, just everything she does is from the heart. So it was wonderful to see her to go out on that stadium, her home stadium, the crowd all cheering for her, and she couldn't have a better ending. She couldn't have written a better ending to her England rugby career, although it's just the start of her involvement as a post-playing ambassador. She'll be around England rugby for a long time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, what do you make of this side today? Because Poppy, I nearly said Bryony, Poppy was just saying it's a new era for the Red Roses. I know we've got a number of injuries and we're seeing some England debuts, but what do you make of this side?
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they are young, they are inexperienced compared with the team of, you know, 2 or 3 sort of games ago. But those younger players who are now becoming the senior players will step into those huge boots that were filled by the likes of Sarah Hunter, and Emily's injured. But there's other players who are going to grow into those positions. And for the girls who are injured, it's going to be even harder to get back into the squad, because everybody wants to be part of this team and everybody's looking to raise the standards all the time. So that back row, as a former back row player, I can't wait to see that working today. You know, such a powerful back row with great skills. And to see Zoe at 8, I've not seen Zoe playing 8 very much. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she can offer today.
Yeah, you said the same, didn't you?
Yeah, I really like. She's such a brilliant player, and
Absolutely.
then to put her in right in the middle of everything, I think it's going to be exciting to see. And yeah, you're definitely biased just picking out the back rowers.
That's the main thing I'm looking for. But you know, I want to see how everybody gels. Holly Aitchison went to my school, ex-pupil of mine.
Did she? Wow.
So it's emotional seeing Holly playing 10. She always wanted to be a 10 as a little girl, you know, and always wanted to play for England. And to see her doing it is, you know, every schoolgirl's dream.
Well, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you. We've definitely got to hope the camera picks up your earrings and your brooch. I love them. Enjoy the game, though. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I mean, we're spoiled for guests today because we've now got Ellie Culldun who's going to come in. Come on in.
Yes, she's just stepped off the F1. Been changing tyres.
Fashion.
It's called fashion. How are you, Ellie?
I'm good. I'm excited for the game. I obviously want both teams to do well, but ultimately England are looking strong at the moment.
You're in Italian colours, though.
I know. I thought that as I was coming out, I thought, are people going to think I'm one of the Italian players? But no, very much for England, and yeah, I'm excited to watch them.
Can you speak any Italian?
I'm being
I think that's
salami.
Okay. Moving on quickly. How are you? Where are you at with your injury? You've been back in training. You've been doing that grueling PPP session. Maybe you can give an insight to what that is. But where are you at in terms of your return?
Yeah, I'm still a couple of weeks off. Very much aiming for the Wales game. Fingers crossed that I can stick to that if all goes well and I keep on going the direction that I'm going. Been in training this week, which was super fun. That I'm not just doing lengths on the side of the pitch, because that is not why I play rugby. But yeah, very much on track. And PPP, for people that don't know it, I think we call it battle now, just a bit of a difference. Is just like a game that's a higher intensity than an actual game.
Yeah.
Ultimately, so
battle.
my lungs
that sums it
loved
up.
While you mentioned training, we are going to show everyone some pictures now of some very fast feet. Not yours, sadly, I don't think that we're seeing, but what's it been like in camp? What's it been like in camp this week?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, unfortunately, we've had a few injuries as people have started to pick up on, and the girls have just really tightened up really well. You know, we still know what our sole focus is, and that's not changed. People have had to step up, new leaders have had to come into the mix, and you know, the girls are dealing with it really, really well. And we're still really excited for the type of rugby we're playing at the moment. Is fast, it's getting it to the edge, and that's shown in training as well.
We want to ask you about your new Insta page, right? And I've seen what I'm guessing is your brother, because you look very similar with your camera. But you've been keeping yourself busy with photography.
Yeah, that was so. When I got injured, I can't keep still at the best of times. So with a camera close. So
everyone's safe. Don't worry.
With a camera to keep me busy, it's meant I've had to stay at training and get content for not just. I keep saying this for other people, but ultimately, I'm the one with the Instagram page, so it's actually for myself as well.
Oh, everyone's cheering.
Crowd is getting pretty excited, isn't it? They know it's kick-off time. Maybe it's a cheer for your new Instagram page.
I mean, how difficult is it as a player to not be on the pitch but to be watching your teammates from the side? How do you find that?
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier when they're winning and they're playing well. Last week I had a bit of jealousy that I wasn't on the pitch because we were playing to the edges. It was super fun rugby, a bit of jouet, and that's what I really like about it. So yeah, last week it wasn't hard to watch because we were winning. It was more, I was jealous and I wanted to be on there with them, and if anything, it just made me more excited for the weeks to come.
Well, we can't wait to have you back. I hope you can enjoy the game today. Take lots of pictures.
Absolutely, Will's done it already, taking them.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think now we're going to take a look at the team, Rach, which will appear on everyone's screen now. I mean, let's start with Mackenzie Carson, because she made her England debut last week, having moved over from Canada. What did you make of her performance?
Yeah, I think it was a really strong performance. You know, she's been performing week in, week out for Saracens in the Prem 15s, and that's just transferred straight into a white shirt. And for England. And I think, that's what's so impressive, and that's what the Prem 15s has been suited to and building to get these players ready so that as soon as an opportunity comes up that they can step up and deliver. And she did last week, and she's got the nod again.
We already mentioned that there's a debut for Delaney Burns, but let's talk about Zoe Oldcroft, because I know Jill mentioned her as well at number 8. What do you make of her at number 8?
Yeah, well, she's such an explosive player. She's a big ball carrier for England. She's always a go-to player, prolific in the line-out, so she's just got a brilliant all-round skill set. And then to have her at the number 8 position where she can run riot, picks off the back of the scrum, open play, be in the loose channels. I think, she's always been a weapon for England, but now we just get her out of that engine room, out of the row, and just get her into the loose bit more.
And vice-captain as well.
Yeah, I mean, Zoe's been obviously stepping up a number of times, often leading the line-outs with Abby Ward, and now she did captain last year in the warm-up game, and she came off and she was like, I absolutely love it. So I think she'll be relishing at that opportunity alongside Marley Packer. The pair of them will be great together.
Let's talk about Holly Aitchison, because she's back at fly half again today. I mean, interesting, Jill was saying that she always wanted to be a 10. What do you make of her at fly half?
Yeah, well, she's a wonderful player. She's got such a great skill set. She's got a kicking game, a passing game, a running game. Her vision's really good. She used to play 7, so she's got a real heads up, see what the picture is in front of her, then adapt. And, today I think she might come under a little bit more pressure, so it'll be interesting to how she can control, play in the right areas. There is a swirling wind, but I think she's been really key to unlocking the exciting brand that we saw last week from England. So hopefully we're going to see a lot more from her.
Now, one player who is set to make their England debut off the bench, Emily Robinson, and we're going to bring in Emily's family now. So this is Sally and Nigel. Hello to you both.
Hi.
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 Hello.
Hi,
You guys good?
Hi, are you alright?
So Emily's set to make her England debut off the bench today. I mean, I'm sure a hugely proud moment for both of you. Tell us,
Enormously proud, yeah, really good.
What's it like for you?
It's really good. She's had 3 seasons of being injured, so it's been a really hard battle for her to get sort of through it all. Maybe it had happened a bit earlier, but she's worked really hard.
She's worked very hard. She's very determined. I think she's just, this time in camp, she's just head down, get on with it, and just take everything with a pinch of salt, but just work hard.
All that hard work and that she's put in, not just last couple of years, but all the way through athletics and everything else. So massively proud. So a fantastic moment for her and the family.
Yeah, I mean, Flo as well, very talented. I know she's here as well. So it must be nice not watching them go against each other and just being able to celebrate the moment of hopefully Emily making her debut.
Well, hopefully one day we see them together. That's our hope, is we'll see them play together. That is the dream, So, it might happen.
I mean, often we hear from players about what it means to them, but obviously you guys have played an enormous part in this. I'm sure you've been driving the girls around for years to training and games. So I guess a culmination of everyone's hard work.
It kind of is, but the reality is it's their motivation that's taken it through it. You just assist.
If they didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't have been doing it. It's just the fact that they wanted to go. They're doing all the training, going to all the tournaments, and then going to competitions.
Woo!
So we're just for.
You're a huge part of what she does, and the support behind the player is everything. So
it is, but they are both really motivated. So
really
we are facilitators. I don't want to take credit away from them. Both of them are really motivated, and they've been fantastic. And it's been an absolute joy to take them everywhere, and assist them and help them and do everything, and then come out here. So fantastic. But it
Mum,
is them.
have you got some tissues with you?
I'm going to need them, I'm telling you. I have. I've got them in both pockets.
I hope you enjoy it. We're going to let you go and soak it all up, take loads of pictures.
Really looking
Thank you for chatting to us. Enjoy the game.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Oh, such a special day for them.
Huge.
That is all from us here pitch side as we prepare for kick-off here at Franklin's Gardens. You can, of course, watch the game on BBC Two. Now, England do have another home game to come at Twickenham. It is already a record crowd, but it is not too late for you to be involved. You can, of course, go to englandrugby.com to look for tickets. And here is a little taster of what you can expect.